Hi, I'm Carl Jackson, Director of Sales here at ITS Enclosures, an avid softball player. I'm here today to talk about the ITS Enclosures industrial line of products. Why industrial enclosures, you may say? Well, a lot of the automated processes going on today in manufacturing require electronics to be right out on the line. You need to protect those electronics. We make the line of enclosures that can help do that. ITS Enclosures has been in business for over 20 years. We're large enough to take care of your needs, but we're also small enough to care about them as well. Let me give you an idea of the breadth of enclosures that we have to offer. Over here you see we've got our stand-up line of enclosures. We also have our PC enclosures, both desktop and tower. As well, we have our pedestal and desktop line of enclosures and our utility enclosures made to fit many different items. Along with that, we also offer a set of rack mount enclosures up to 80 inches tall. Probably wondering what's going on with the bat. Well, like I said, they're really tough enclosures. Holy cow, that hurt. Well, you know what? It's time for us to look at some of the product. Follow me. We have here our IS-60. As you can see, it has a roll-out keyboard drawer, very important feature. The wrist rest, one of my favorites. Key locking. Shock-mounted shelf, fully adjustable. Tempered safety glass so you don't have any breakage issues. And down below, in this particular instance, we've got a nice accessory. This is a printer door that allows for us to retrieve print jobs, but yet it keeps the enclosure sealed properly for thermal management whenever you latch it back shut. Down below, dual latching, and we have additional adjustable shelves. Again, shock mounted against any issues you may run into. Close up the bottom. And let me show you the thermal management, one of our specialties. Full air conditioning. We can provide you with various sizes from 1500 BTUs all the way up through 20,000 BTUs, depending on what your specific needs are. And we make sure that we do a thermal management worksheet with you each time so that we ensure that your thermal management needs are met. Down here, come on down, we've got a toolless split panel which allows for thumb screws to loosen the split panel, lift, slide your cables inside, thumb them back up, and then you have no dust or dirt intruding inside of your enclosure. 12 gauge construction, durable, fashionable, aesthetically pleasing. And they're fully assembled when they reach your dock. So you have no worries about having to take any time or man hours to put a unit together. Basically, unwrap it, plug it in, and it's ready to go. And we don't have the erector set mentality here. All of our enclosures are fully seam welded so that you don't have any issues with regard to any rigidity. Now, in this particular instance, we've got an IS-66-26-28. This unit has a keyboard tray instead of having the full pull-out keyboard drawer. You may not need the keyboard drawer in your particular environment. Again, shock-mounted adjustable shelf, tempered safety glass, bottom compartment, as you can see here, same situation, shock-mounted shelves. In addition, we've got some slightly different thermal management in this particular instance. We've got fan cooling. Now, if you take a look down below, there's our fan intake. And then, on the other side, near the top, we've got our fan exhaust. IP, what's that mean? Well, basically, the IP enclosures are set and designed to protect your PCs in their process. Sometimes you'll be in an environment where it might be just a little bit dusty and dirty, and the display will be fine by itself, but you're concerned about the sensitivity of the computer. We understand this. We have desktop units, tower units, and larger desktop units. Essentially, the design is set to hold a PC, or in this case, a smart UPS. Keep them protected, dry, clean, and free of dirt. These units can be cooled with fan cooling, as you see here, or if they're large enough, as in the case of our tower unit, we can actually add air conditioning units depending on what your thermal needs are. Now, whenever you protect just your PC, you're certainly going to need to get a keyboard and mouse cable inside. Well, we have our innovative KC, USB, and PS2 connectors that allow you to plug your mouse and keyboard without having to intrude through the box to get your cables inside. And of course, much like the stand-up units, the IP units come fully assembled. All you have to do is install your electronics and go. Okay, so far we've talked about the stand-up line of enclosures and our IP or PC computer enclosures. Now we're going to talk about our line of desktop enclosures. Now the unique thing about the desktop enclosures is you can actually put them on a desktop, of course, or like the one you see coming in here, you can also pedestal mount them. So you've got some flexibility with these units to allow you to put them into your environment the way it works best for you. Now, the desktop enclosures have many of the same features as the stand-up enclosures. In this particular instance, we've got the roll-out keyboard tray like you have seen on the stand-up enclosures, but in addition we've got the fold-out mouse pad, a unique device that allows you to put your mouse and have a work area for your mouse as you work on the keyboard as necessary. In the top, as you can see, we've got a standard desktop LCD display. You can also have these units set up for panel mount displays if that's something that you need in your particular environment, whether it be a touchscreen or a standard industrial panel mount display. If not, tempered safety glass to protect your display investment, shock mounted shelf, much like the stand-up enclosures we've discussed before. In addition, we've got fan cooling on this particular unit, as we've seen on previous models, but we can also add an air conditioner as necessary depending again on what your thermal management needs are. And like all the other enclosures we've talked about, these units come fully assembled, built and engineered here in the USA. All you have to do is put your electronics inside and go. Do you remember with the advent of the personal computer, they promised us a paperless office? Yeah, right. What do you do when you have to get your printer out on the manufacturing line with your computers? Or you have to have a printer in an area where the computer doesn't necessarily sit? Well, we've got an enclosure solution that helps with that problem. This is our IS36 model, and as you can see as I open it, it comes with two shock-mounted shelves, fully adjustable, so you can put your printer inside, keep it safe, keep it dry, keep it clean, along with your printed materials. In addition, you can either swing the door open to get your printed materials out, or, much like we did on our stand-up units, we could put a printer door on one of these as well. Simply open it up, reach in, pull out your printed materials, close it back up again. Again, it's going to be dependent on the thermal management you're using. So if you have an air conditioner, you want to keep it sealed up. In this particular instance, as you can see, you've got an exhaust for a fan system, which often works well in many environments, just to keep the unit clean, dry, and relatively cool. Now in this particular unit, we've also mounted our roll-out keyboard extension, as you see here, with the wonderful wrist rest. And basically you can put a keyboard and make this a small unit that you have on the floor if you need to combine a PC with it. And you're not too terribly worried about how your display sits. Again, a light industrial environment, these cases work out very, very well. Okay, let's talk about what we've seen today. We talked about our stand-up enclosure line, our IP enclosure line for PCs, both desktop and tower. We also talked about our desktop and pedestal mounted enclosures, as well as our utility enclosures for those various electronic needs you may have on your manufacturing line. Please keep in mind, ITS produces many products beyond these. Pendant arms, kiosk enclosures, rack mount enclosures, panel mount displays. There are a number of items that we can include as accessories to your enclosures. And one other thing, all of our products are engineered and produced right here in the United States. To get further information on the ITS industrial product line, you can call and get one of our catalogs, which has our full line of products and accessories, or you can contact one of our ITS representatives at 800-423-9911. And last but certainly not least, don't hesitate to visit our ITS Enclosures website. That's www.itsenclosures.com.